Hi friends, in today's session we are going to see what is a constructor. So actually why we use constructor, first try to understand this. I just want to explain you with a small example. Consider in a last class we discuss about a concept called as a class. I say class rows. Okay, this is the name of my class. Within a class there are some methods, like one is read method, okay, and one method name is show method. So these are the two methods which are in a class. As I told you before, there can be any number of objects for one class, but object is required to call this data to the runtime. Example, you can say here my object for the first one is r1 and this object is r2. You already have seen the last program how to create a object. How to create object? We say rows r1 equal to new rows. So where new is a keyword which is going to assign or allocate a object to memory, and it makes available r1 for this class. So whenever we say new rows, automatically a link, a memory will be assigned and it is able to read all the data which is available in the class. Now within this r1, okay, now what data you will have? Whatever the declare, for example, you declared here the data like integer a comma b, okay, or string a comma c or something like that. Whatever you declare here, all the data can be possible to run here. What you can do is r1 dot read, like I told you, this is an object, it is ready, but what you want to do with this object to block? When I say r1 dot read, suppose r1 dot read, you have to call manually. When I call it, what it will happen? It will go from this method to call the data. Okay, means object is able to call this method which is available inside a rows class. And remember, here it is capital R, so you can't take small r here. So what you have to do, you have to take the capital R only. So this is the condition that whatever the method name is there, you have to follow that name according to the standards. So you have to give here dot read. So now this is accepted. Now same way, if I want to display something, again what we do, r1 dot show, where inside a show method you may have a return system dot out dot println, printing this a comma b. This is about r1. And the same way, if I want to do r2, again r2 dot read, r2 dot show. And remember, every object which we declare here has separate blocks. So automatically the data which you give for r1, like for example 7, and the data which you give for b, like 8, this will have 7 and 8 as the outputs. Okay, so this is 7 and this is 8. But if you go to r2, okay, when you say r2 dot read, so this data is not available for r2 because this read has a capability to read the data. If you say r2 dot show, you will get what? 0 and 0, means the default values for integer type of variables will be displayed. To operate this data and to load the separate things for this memory, you have to say r2 dot read. Again the data will come like 10, maybe 20. So r2 dot read you have to run here. Okay, so these things you have to remember. Now what is the problem here is, every time I have to declare a object, then using the object I have to call the methods that are available inside a class. Now to avoid this, to overcome this, and also to initialize the variables within the class, so how it is possible? So what we do, like example I can say, generally when you wanted to make it possible, as soon as an object is created, the data should be ready. Got it? Whenever I create an object, data should be ready. Data should be ready in the sense the data either loaded inside a parameter, inside the class, or it has some method which can generate you to ask to enter the data in the runtime. Here it has the capability to run automatically without human interaction. You got the point. Human interaction means it is not the robotic automation, but remember it has one default property. Who? The constructor. The constructor has a default property. Whenever object is created, it will directly go to the class and it will ask the user whatever the code it is written inside the block. So let's see. Now this is not the method, okay, and I want to declare a method with the name of the class. Why? Because there is one condition, constructor name and a class name should be same. Means here you have given what? Read. So next time when you're writing the constructor program, we don't write a read method, we write here rows. So as soon as the object is created, this rows will come automatically outside and readily available with the things whatever we want to do there. So let's see the program to make you understand. And even remember, for constructors we have different types of constructors available. First one is default constructor, next is parameterized constructor, then third one is copy constructor, it is a dynamic constructor. So these are all the constructor types what we are going to see now. Okay, so let's do one thing. We'll start with the default constructor as well as parameterized constructor. So I'm opening the NetBeans here. Okay, so the program is ready here. Now what I will do, I'll go to create new project, that is new class, and I will give the program name as constructor. As it is default, I write D1, finish. So this is my constructor. So as you can see, this is the default constructor. Okay, what I will do, if you want a comment, you can write program on default constructor. Now what I want to do is, maybe there is a possibility I need some libraries, so I write import java.io.start. If there is a possibility to read the data, then I write import java.util.start, as I will use a scanner class. So now first of all I declare a class. I say class apple. This is my class name. Okay, now I declared some variables here, integer a comma b. Okay, now as I told you, there are some conditions. Constructor name and a class name should be same. Constructor doesn't have return type. What is the return type? Before the methods we write what? Void, like Sam. So this is some return type before the programs which we did. Okay, but now what I don't want is, or now as we are saying it is a constructor doesn't have a return type, and a constructor name and a class name should be same. So let's do one thing. I will write here apple, as it is a constructor. So the name of the method and the class is same. Then it is called a constructor, and nothing is there inside these two brackets. Okay, then you can consider this is a default constructor. Is it clear? This is the default constructor. Now whenever I create a object, this default constructor will come automatically. So let's see whether it will come or not. I'm not operating anything here. I will just write system.out.println. I say welcome to default constructor test. Okay, so now what I will do, I'm not writing anything inside this, only constructor I have created. Now I'll go here, I say public static void main, then go to string arguments, and here we say throws IO exception This is not needed actually, IO exception, because I'm not going to take any input from keyboard. Anyway, I have written that so that I can use for the the next code. So let's do one thing. What I told, whenever I create a object, this constructor should come automatically. Let's see whether it is coming or not. Apple a1 equal to new apple. Okay, now I finish the program. I didn't set a1 dot apple. I'm not calling here any method. Okay, as we know, whenever you open and close the braces here or parenthesis, it should be what? A method. So now I'm not calling any method. Now I say right click, run the file. Now as soon as I run the file, you would have see the output what? System.out.println, where welcome to default constructor test. So you can see that without calling anything from the program, I can see the output here. This is because why? Because this is the constructor. I no need to call it separately. So with this, what we have proved that an object, when it is created and when it needs to come automatically, whatever the methods in the class, without calling them, the better and the best method to approach is constructor. Okay, so what I will do, I will stop here in this program, and I will take the next program in the next session. Thank you. See you back in a next video.